We just have to wait for the announcements.
You want to announce?
I'd love to. You want to do it? Josh said the scoreboard's not allowed to. You want to do color, then it works. Where are the guys? I don't want to like steal their thunder. You want to do color or play by play?
All right, welcome to the next game at the Memphis Invitational. You have two new announcers. Moshe DeLewis is joining me. I'm Kevin Braverman, and here we go.
Thank you, Kevin. Happy to be here.
We are in the first quarter, 6:59 to go. Montreal takes a 5-0 lead to start. Joseph Mayeri at the line for two. He missed the first one. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong. Scratch that.
Matthew Fuhrer coming up the floor, trying to break it, gets past half court.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Check, 1, 2. You want me to just take it or you want it?
You got it to start.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational Tournament. As for this matchup, we have the Posnack RAMS in a matchup taking on the Hebrew Academy of Montreal HEAT. And right now it appears that the Posnack RAMS leading the game 8-0 early on. As I'm here alongside my broadcast partner, Dylan Mahard, for a little bit of, what is this, Tier 2 or Tier 3?
Tier 2 action.
Some Tier 2 action between the Posnack RAMS and the Hebrew Academy Montreal HEAT. And Posnack off to a hot start here at the very beginning as number 22 of the Rams driving in, Austin Ben-Shmuel. That's a name I remember from last year. Austin Ben-Shmuel trying to draw some contact, trying to draw a foul and not going to get it. But here comes number 5 of the HEAT with that reverse layup. Not going to fall off it. Rebound by number 12, throwing it over to Ben-Shmuel for the layup, and that will extend their lead. I would have to be mistaken. It's actually 8-2. Trying to work out the kinks here, ladies and gentlemen. This game started a little bit earlier than I expected, but 8-2 here in favor of the Heat. As Montreal
Testing. Hear me?
Montreal with a turnover there. Posnack bringing the ball back up the floor. 22, Austin Ben Schmuel. He's all over the place. Floater's not going to fall. That's a left-handed floater, and rebounded there by the Heat. This is originally both of these teams. Posnack was the number 16 seeding, and Montreal with the number 17 seeding as that ball goes out of bounds. Going to stay in favor of Montreal. Checking into the game for the Heat is number 23, Aaron Bruck-Matthews, in for number 25, Isaac Alul. Number 4, Daniel Levy drives. Here's a pop back out to number 5, 4-3, not going to go. Off it, rebounded by number 4, and gets that fadeaway J to fall. That's number 4 of the Heat, Daniel Levy. Levy, a senior guard, 5 feet 9 inches, 160-pounder, a huge piece to this Heat program. Is Posnack just searching for some sort of offensive answers, and that will not do it. And we'll have a timeout called by Posnack. Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat leading this contest 10-2 early on.
Testing. Testing.
Oh, whoa.
Testing.
Check, 1-2. It works. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational for Tier 2 action. As the Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat leading the Posnack Jewish Day School Rams by a score of 10-2. Posnack searching for some sort of offensive answers and certainly not getting anything to fall here yet. Just their lone basket, but Montreal gonna apply the pressure even more. There's number 4 popping it out to number 3 of the Heat. The Heat with a floater there, just gonna miss. There's a collision there, ball's on the floor, and we're gonna have a jump ball, and it will be Posnack basketball.
To Hoagstein.
Montreal going quick. That ball is going to be deflected out of bounds and will stay with the Heat. Montreal with white uniforms and blue accents. Meanwhile, Posnack in that navy blue uniform with those bright yellow accents, white lettering. Checking into the game for Posnack is number 11, Eden Elmalich, and number 5, Eden Ben-Schmuel. Ben-Schmuel certainly all over the place. That is his brother, that's Austin Ben-Schmuel, but Aiden Ben-Schmuel checking into the contest for his first minutes of action here for semifinal Saturday night here at the Memphis Sports and Events Center. That's going to be a loose ball foul against Montreal, and it will be Posnack basketball with 2 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Testing. Can you hear me?
As here is number 5 of the Rams. There's number 22, Austin Ben-Schmuel, definitely their star player, saying his name multiple times. And boy, Posnack, obviously a lot of history with this program. A lot of talent coming in through this program. Names such as Gideon Greenberg, a phenomenal athlete, and obviously no longer on this roster, but Montreal with now a 10-point lead, and things are just getting ugly for this Rams organization. Huge pass over there to number 0, not going to fall. That's player 0, Benjamin Laredo, with that missed layup, but excellent defense by number 12 of the Rams, Matthew Fuhrer. Matthew Fuhrer, a name that I remember quite well from last season, but Tier 2 semifinal action. Number 5, contested layup and gets it to go. That's number 5, Simon Alul for the Heat. There's a three-point shot there, not gonna go. And this Posnack offense, absolutely stagnant. Now, wow, interesting ways for it to go out of bounds off Montreal. It will stay with Posnack. 56.2 remaining in the first quarter. That'll be a 30-second timeout, and 14-2 here in favor of Montreal.
Testing, testing. You have me? Sweet. Sweet. Think I got me? Perfect. Perfect.
So Posnack with just one made field goal here in this entire quarter, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, Jake Brewer now alongside my broadcast partner, Dylan Maharg. And Dylan, what in the world happened there on the broadcast?
Yeah, it's just some technical difficulties. You know what happens sometimes with technology. Microphone and headset was not working, so I was talking, but nobody could hear me, so I'm glad to be back in here. Only missed about half of this first quarter as the Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat has jumped out to a 14-2 lead, and another steal. Believe that is Aaron Edvey, and one. That's Aaron Edery with the steal, harm, and the hoop.
Just an absolutely exceptional showing of athleticism there by Aaron Edery, a senior guard, 5 feet 7 inches, 150-pounder, and crucial piece to head coach Maury Levy's team. And you've gotta only guess that Coach Maury Levy and number 4 of the Heat, Daniel Levy, they've got to be related, right?
I assume it's some sort of father-son relationship or some sort of relationship there, but no one will ever know until you ask. But I do remember right here with Simon Alul. I don't remember last year when we had these guys in the tournament, but Simon Alul, I believe, had like 25 points off a lot of three-pointers, so I want to see him get a little more involved on the offensive end. And there's a jumper for him.
That ball's going to go out of bounds in favor of Posnack, but yes, Simon Alul certainly lots of successful history there individually within this Memphis Yeshiva Invitational Tournament, but Posnack going to have the basketball. That's number 12 of the Rams, Matthew Fuhrer, passing the ball in. That was almost a 5-second violation, but broke the press. And oh my goodness, with a running deep three-point shot to end the quarter. That's number 5, Aiden Ben Shmuel, but that'll do it here for the end of the first quarter as the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat lead the Posnack Jewish Day School Rams by a score of 16-5. You're listening right here on MemphisInvitational.com. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as the ball's being put in play, and Posnack being delayed, and oh my goodness, what a absolute disasters. The officials putting the ball back in play. Neither team is ready, and head coach of the Heat, Maury Levy, furious on the sideline. But at the end of the day, you've got to be able to meet your quota, your 1 minute quota in between quarters.
Absolutely, and I mean, I've never seen a clipboard thrown that far by Coach Levy, but you got me again or no? And it's, hello? Testing. Testing. Hello?
Meanwhile, the Posnack Rams trailing by just 9 points. They were down by 14, but
Hello?
now just a 9-point deficit.
Testing.
Inching and clawing their way back into this contest as ball will be in favor of the Heat. And lots of confusion or something going on. I'm not sure what exactly. Check, check, 1, 2. I'm not sure what exactly is happening. Can you hear me, Dylan?
I got you. Do you have me?
I do not have you, but 16-7, 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. There's number 25 of the Heat driving, trying to draw contact, and that will be a travel. Number 11 of the Rams, Aiden Ilmilich with the basketball. Here's number 12. Draws contact and gets the foul call. That foul's going against number 0 of the Heat, Benjamin Laredo. This will be 2 shots at the charity stripe for the Rams. Matthew Fuhrer, a junior guard, 5 feet 11 inches, 160 pounds. As he takes the first shot and gets it to go. If you are the head coach of Posnack, Jake Jamal, you've got to be frustrated with the way your team started, but you know, right now they're in the middle of a 7-0 run, so cutting this lead down to 7. They were down by as many as 14, and that ball is going out of bounds off the Heat, and Posnack starting to gain a little bit of momentum here. Checking into the game for Montreal is number 23, Aharon Bruck-Matthews, in for number 25, Isaac Alul. Aharon Bruck-Matthews, a junior guard, 5 feet 10 inches, 160 pounds. But number 11 of the Rams, Aiden Elmalik, trotting the ball up the floor, looking for his options. Here's Fuhrer. Fuhrer, hard screen there. Number 24, Guy Schlummy, goes up with it, not gonna go. Schlummy gets it back, not gonna go again. Tremendous defense, and number 3 of Montreal, a little shaken up after that massive humanity down there on the paint, but 6 minutes remaining. I've got you loud and clear, partner.
All right, I'm back for the second time now, folks. Hopefully it'll be the last time I get cut off the air. Not sure if I made my boss, the producer, a little upset, but my headset's been in and out, but hopefully we stick with it the rest of this game.
Indubitably is. Montreal in a little bit of an offensive slump here. We're winning the game 16-2, but now currently on the wrong end of a 7-0 run. Is thought about a 3-point shot there from number 23. A lot of contact, but not going to have a foul call, and it will stay with Montreal.
Checking in is number 1, Noam Azulo, and number 20. Oh, sorry. Number 1, Mark Mann, and number 20, Evan Alpin for the Rams.
Evan Alpin, certainly a name, another name on this Posnack roster, very familiar with from last season. There's a thought about a 3-point shot. Mid-range J from Montreal, not going to fall. Offensive rebound, and he gets it to go. All for tremendous work there by player 0 of Montreal, Benjamin Laredo.
Absolutely, Laredo with a great rebound and put back, and they're back, doubled their score, 18-9. And for any of those baseball fans out there, I just want to say my congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. First time in about 30 years since 97-98, New York Yankees have repeated as World Series champions. As in 11 innings, the Dodgers defeated the Toronto Blue Jays tonight 5-4. Final just went through a few minutes ago on a double play by Alejandro Kirk to end the Blue Jays season. Wow, what a World Series. And now we've got complete focus back here on the Yeshiva.
Semifinals Saturday night here at the Memphis Sports and Event Center for the 2025 Memphis Yeshiva Invitational. As there's a missed mid-range J there from player 0, Benjamin Laredo. But boy, Posnack, we're trailing 16-2 and went on a 7-0 run as there's a easy layup there, and they are slowly clawing their way back into this contest.
Absolutely great pass there by number 21, Michael Wortman with the bucket, and good pass there by Guy Shlami.
Exceptional footwork there by Simon Alul, and Simon Alul, I would argue, is the best player on this Heat roster.
Oh, absolutely there, partner. I mean, Simon Alul had quite the performance last year in the Yeshiva, and he's came back here for his senior year after having a great performance here as a junior, and he's really putting on a show here early.
Here's Posnack throwing the ball away. Excellent bounce pass there by Alul. There's number 5 of Montreal, not going to go.
Alul with a good pass to Alul, but it just wasn't enough to finish at the bucket by Alul. So tough shot there by number 1, Mark Mann, but he was fouled. They'll go to the line for 2.
3:28 remaining. Montreal leading 20-11. Montreal certainly needs to clean things up, because if they continue to play the way that they're playing, they're certainly going to blow this lead, if you will. But number 1 of the Rams, Mark Mann, a freshman. This is his first Memphis Yeshiva Invitational. Certainly glad to have young talent such as himself here on the hardwood.
So, partner, I have to ask you, how was your Halloween?
My Halloween was absolutely fantastic. You know, I spent it here at the Memphis Sports and Event Center that afternoon, but that evening I went and watched a little bit of college football. The University of Memphis Tigers with a matchup on the road in Houston, Texas, taking on the Rice University Owls. And fortunately, the University of Memphis were able to take care of business pretty soundly, defeating Rice by a score of 38-14, improving to 8 wins, 1 loss overall, and 4 victories and 1 loss in the conference. And boy, the University of Memphis certainly an exciting college football team, making a playoff push, if you will.
Absolutely, as the first free throw there by Simon Alul was good, and he's made them both, and that foul was on number 24, Guy Shlami. That's Shlami's first.
And here's Posnack. Fuhrer heavily guarded, no foul call. There's number 3, Aaron Eatery, with an easy layup, and that is just absolutely phenomenal defense there by that young man.
Absolutely, Eatery there, 5'7" guard, with a great steal and a great bucket there.
Posnack almost losing the basketball. There's a 3-point shot there, not going to fall. Rebounded by Montreal. Alul looking at his options, gets it to number 2, Dov Rabret, and that'll be an exceptional transition by Montreal, and we'll have a timeout called on the floor. Montreal leading 26-11.
Testing. Why do I keep cutting in and out? Got me?
Testing. 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 Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Do you have me? I don't think you do. Can someone please respond and let me know if you can hear me?
I think I can hear you, partner.
I can't hear myself.
Can you not?
Nope.
Well, 2 minutes, 6 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, and it's been all Montreal basketball, leading 26-11. And you know, this Posnack offense extremely frustrated with their lack of the ability to score the basketball. And Montreal with a three, not going to go. Rebounded by Posnack.
Posnack.
Guy Schlami goes up with the scoop and score. As it is now 26-13.
Testing. Testing.
1:21 remaining here in the first half.
Testing. Testing. This sucks.
And that will be a travel against number 20, Evan Oppen. Timeout called, 30-second. We'll be right back on MemphisInvitational.com. And we're back here after we had that Hail Mary pass, a successful Hail Mary pass, as Simon Lul being trapped, getting the ball out. There's number 14, mid-range J, not going to go. And Posnack will retain possession with less than a minute here in the first half. Oh, just an ugly, ugly possession, and head coach Jake Jamal furious with this mistake-heavy Rams basketball club. As there's Alul with the basketball to number 3, David Marachi. I'm sorry, that is Aaron Edery. Number 4, Daniel Levy with the basketball. Back to Alul. Alul. It appears Montreal going to hold it for the last shot. There's Alul there, popping it out to number 2, Dov Robret. And the ball will be stolen by Posnack. Goes up. Not sure what that was, but now less than 10 seconds remain, and that foul's going to go against number 22, Austin Ben Schmuel. And boy, this thing is absolutely hideous, ugly, if you will, for Posnack. Can't get anything to fall. Lots of turnovers, just chunking the ball up, and you've got to be frustrated if you're a Rams fan.
Testing. Testing. Testing.
Here comes Montreal. Great defense there by Posnack. Number 14 going up, drawing it, and that will be the end of the first half as the Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat lead the Posnack Jewish Day School Rams 26-13. We'll be right back with you.
guys don't have it muted. You have it like this, talking.
Up though, and it wasn't working, and then we tried it, but I was hearing it.
You can hear your.
That one was working.
Check 1, 2.
It's working.
Check, check. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we have second half action here for the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational. As right now, the Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat leading the Posnack RAMS by a score of 26-13. Dylan, what did you see in that first half of action?
I just saw that the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat were the more aggressive team, and they love to run. So they got a lot of steals, a lot of good defensive stops, and they led that to transition buckets. But that's a big three there by number 24, Guy Shalami.
That's 100% correct. As Posnack cutting the lead down to 10. They're going to have to do whatever it takes here to claw their way back into this one as Montreal with the basketball, figuring out their offense. And you know, if you're Montreal, yes, you have this double-digit lead, but it's still way too early to get conservative. Three-point shot's not going to go there.
Simon Alul will take it. Oh, my. Looks like that ball was tipped out, but he was going for a crazy reverse layup there. You got to like this energy out of Posnack, though, early on in the second half. Hits a good three, and now they're playing good defense to start the second half.
Simon Alul throwing the basketball in. Easy bounce pass to his teammate, number 4, Daniel Levy, for the easy two.
You cannot be happy there if you're Coach Jake Jamal for the Posnack RAMS with just too easy of a layup there, given up on defense on out-of-bounds play. You never want to give up an easy layup like that.
That's absolutely correct. We've played 53 seconds here in the second half. That foul's going against number 25 of the Heat, Isaac Alul. Three-point shot there from Posnack. Not going to fall. Offensive rebound. There's a little bit of a fight going on down there in the paint. We're going to get a timeout called by Posnack. 6:57 remaining in the third. We'll be right back. Tier 2 semifinal here between the Posnack RAMS and the Montreal Heat. Montreal leading at 28-16. Posnack having to call a timeout as there was a little bit of danger of a 5-second violation down there on the paint, and Posnack having to call a timeout, but calling that timeout, escaping that situation. That three-point shot is way off the mark. Montreal discombobulated with the basketball. Lots of disorganization right now on that possession.
Gotta love the defense there by Guy Schlami to poke it free. Just wasn't able to hold on to the possession, but way to drive there by Aaron Edery. You can just tell that the entire strategy here by the Heat is just get good stops on defense and push the ball as fast as they can up the floor. And here's Edery. Oh my, Guy Schlami with a huge block. Now they got numbers.
Posnack resettling the offense.
Over to Schlami.
Schlami, another familiar name, and we're going to have an offensive foul as baseline official says that Schlami threw some elbows as he was driving in, trying to push off, and that will be an offensive foul, his second on Schlami.
Little extended arm action there, kind of just pushed off the defender. Wasn't malicious by any means, but still an offensive foul there called by the official.
There's Montreal in a little bit of an offensive slump themselves, but there's number 4. That's going to be a travel as he dragged that pivot foot, and that will go in favor of Posnack.
Absolutely there. As you're Daniel Levy, Maury Levy's son, you got to just assume there. You got to come in and you got to jump stop, stay on 2 feet, and don't move the pivot foot. He just kept dragging that foot, and pretty easy to call if you're the official there. That was pretty obvious.
That is correct. Textbook travel there, but that'll be a turnover against Posnack. They are not able to capitalize off of the travel on the other end, but number 4 of the Heat, Daniel Levy, giving it to Simon Alul for 3. Not going to go, but he will be fouled. Going to the line for 3 shots at the charity stripe.
Yeah, just a sloppy foul there by Austin Ben Schmuel. You know that he's a good shooter and you want to get a contest there, but you got to give him an opportunity to land, and you cannot hit his shooting arm. And so that was another pretty easy call there by the officials. The officials are just kind of getting handed calls to make. It's kind of all right in front of them, pretty easy calls. And both these Heat and Rams teams, they're playing hard, but a little bit sloppy on both ends of the ball right now.
Certainly an exceptional officiating crew here tonight with us. Boy, Simon Alul missing both shots at the charity stripes. He has one more to hopefully get something out of this trip to the line.
Yeah, you definitely do not see him miss this many free throws as he goes 0 for 3 from the free throw line. And you do not see that much out of Alul, especially last year. He couldn't miss some of the games. He was unconscious.
And Posnack, you're down 12, and that's exactly the kind of break that you needed to create some sort of spark. Now 16 seconds, 22 going up for the easy layup. That's number 22, Austin Ben Schmuel.
Great pass there by Mark Mann. The freshman found his cutter wide open. Here comes Simon Alul, dishes it off. Good pass, Alul for a wide open corner 3, and he will make that one. He made up for his 3 missed free throws with that 3.
And imagine if he did make all 3 free throws. They could be up 16 instead of 13 here, partner.
Sure.
Here is number 22 of the
Oh,
Rams.
good defense there. Poked free by Eatery, but Rams recover.
3-point shot by Ben Schmuel, not going to go. Sorry, that was Guy Shlomi with that 3-point shot attempt, not Ben Schmuel. But checking into the game here for the Heat is number 14, Mir Ohayon, and for number 25, Isaac Alul. Here's Shlomi. Drives, kicks it way out to Azule for 3, and gets it to go.
Nice shot there by Mark Mann, the 5'8 freshman. He's been contributing a lot off the bench here for the Posnack Rams as they pulled back in within 10. Good pass. Oh my, he just butchered the finish there.
Heat going to regain possession. 3-point shot by number 5 of Montreal, Simon Alul, with another 3-point shot.
Just like I said in the opening here, partner, Simon Alul is a shooter that you do not want to leave open, and he is really making this Posnack Rams team be punished. That's number 14 with the fancy finger roll, Mir Ohayon. Now the Heat have stretched out their lead back to 15 with just under 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Yes, they have. Is now a 36-21 deficit, and checking into the game for Posnack has Aiden Benchbuel, number 5, and number 11, Eden Elmelich. Montreal, yes, with a 15-point lead, and still not quite at the point where you can start killing some clock and slowing things down, but they're obviously going to do whatever it takes to do the right thing offensively here. Going to continue to score and continue to keep the foot on the gas. As there is a contested layup there by player 0, Benjamin Laredo.
Laredo with a good aggressive take there, then he trips. And that's going to be a trip foul. As he was on the ground, he kind of grabbed Ben Schmuel's leg. Gotta love the aggressive approach we've been seeing out of the Heat team. You can just tell they want to get to the rack, and the Rams really aren't stopping them from getting to the rack.
They're not, as number 23 of the Heat, Aharon Bruck Matthews, checking in for player 0, Benjamin Laredo. But number 11 of Posnack, Eden Elmelich, passing the ball in. Very dangerous pass, but gets it in. Posnack settling their offense. Number 1 with a mid-range J, not going to go.
Gotta love the look there, though. Not a bad look by Mark Mann by any means. He's been really aggressive and has a couple really good shots. And another one, Heat check. That won't fall, but number 4 with the rebound. That won't fall either. Shlomi with the rebound.
2:42 remaining in the third quarter. Montreal with a comfortable 17-point lead. And there's going to be a lot of contact there and a foul called. Number 3 of the Heat, Aaron Itery, with his personal foul called against him. And here for Posnack, going to the line, is number 12, Matthew Fuhrer. That foul against Itery, that'll be his first personal foul. Third team foul here in the quarter for Montreal. Only 2 team fouls against Posnack. And capitalizes at the charity stripe, cutting this deficit down to just 15. Dangerous pass, and Posnack steals it. There's Fuhrer for 3, and boy, that would have been huge if he got that one.
Absolutely. Good steal there by the Rams. Aggressive full court press. And now Alul all the way. He'll get fouled for 2.
Boy, just physical approaches from both of these squads. We've seen lots of free throw opportunities, and obviously the Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat went to the line for 3 shots earlier and missed all 3 of them, and Simon Alul hoping to capitalize here and gets that one to fall.
That last foul was on Guy Shlomi. That's his 3rd personal. He'll have to be safe with just 2.5 minutes left here in the third quarter to not foul out.
Here's Alul. Now 1 for 5 in his last 5 free throw attempts. And boy, if you hit those other 4, you're looking at a at this point, a game in which they could have a much larger lead. Now it's just 39-25 in favor of Montreal. Boy, this Montreal team just very well coached. Maurice Levy, very intense individual, but motivates his guys to succeed each and every single time they are on the floor. And boy, Simon Alul with a sickening layup there.
Absolutely clean step through there by Alul, and he's really taken over the second half here for the Heat as they've expanded their lead to a 16-point lead now. As Shlami shoots, doesn't hit it. And now the Heat will look to push quad again. Wow, what a take there. Can't get it, but 14 there's, that's Sammy Settles. Incorrect, sorry, Miro Hyen with the putback lay.
Miro Hyen, a great piece to this team. And my goodness, Montreal with just another steal. You've got to be impressed with this defensive performance, but it's just pickpocketed right there by number 24 of Posnack, Guy Shlomi, but can't get that layup to go. Now a minute remaining in the quarter.
Looks like the Heat just decided to switch from man-to-man back to a 2-3 little zone here, so we'll see how it works for them.
Here's Fuhrer going up, and it will be fouled. Kind of took an awkward fall. Kind of wincing at his knee a little bit, but he looks to be okay.
Great take there, though. Beats the zone just by himself, goes up for the layup, gets the hoop, and doesn't get the hoop, but he gets the harm, and he'll be shooting too.
Boy, if you are Posnack, you're down 18 with 52.5 remaining in the third, and now is the time where you really want to go on a huge run to cut this deficit and make this thing manageable. But boy, right now, Montreal has just done an exceptional job of suffocating this Posnack offense.
Absolutely. This doesn't seem like the Posnack's been able to get comfortable in their offense at all, especially in the second half.
Down to 40 seconds remaining with that shot off the mark. Posnack gonna push. There's Ilmalik popping it out to number 21, Michael Wortman. That's not gonna go.
Great look there, great pass by number 11. Elmalich, but just not able to convert there by Wortman. And looks like the Heat are gonna hold for the last shot here as Alul is dribbling up top.
Indeed, Coach Maurice Levy screaming at his team to take the last shot as we're down to 10 seconds remaining. Down to 5 seconds remaining. And no foul called there. Now down to 2 seconds. Gonna chunk it up, gets it off in time, and not gonna go. That'll be the end of the third quarter as the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat lead the Posnack Jewish Day School Rams by a score of 43-26. We'll be right back. And welcome back here for the final quarter here for Tier 2 play in the semifinal as the Montreal Academy The Montreal Heat, I should say, lead it now 43-26 with 7:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Posnack been struggling all day long to find the basket as they get that mid-range J to go. That's number 12, Matthew Fuhrer.
Now they'll bring the full court press, really trying to pressure this Heat into turnovers. But looks like the Heat are just going to get bypass that full court press. Number 23, Aaron Brook Matthews is going to be fouled by Schlamy. That'll be Schlamy's fourth personal now. And Brock Matthews will be at the line for two.
Her own Brook Matthews, a junior guard, 5 feet 10 inches at 160 pounds. Is checking into the game for the Rams is number 20, Evan Oppen.
Gotta love the shoes that Brock Matthews has on tonight. The little mint and green action with the white, beautiful shoes there. Big fan.
Also a big fan of this uniform scheme here for both teams, really. It's not every day you see a team that are called the Heat and they're in blue, but big fan of that look. That shot's going to be off the mark.
Great rebound and kick back out there by Evan Oppen, though. Good hustle.
Here's Posnack. Conducting the offense. Here's Elmalik.
Great pressure by number 4 there. Daniel Levy's not giving him anything easy, and Simon Alul with the great hustle almost gets the steal.
Boy, Simon Alul, he knows that his team is up 17 with just a few minutes remaining in the fourth. He's just continuing to apply that pressure, and boy, those are the types of players that head coaches love to have on their team, guys that never give up no matter what the score is.
Absolutely. Great box out there by Loretto, number 0. Simon Alul comes down with the rebound.
Good pump fake there by number 23, and a block by number 21 of the Rams, Michael Wortman, and whistle's blown, and that'll be an easy travel call there by that baseline official.
Not really sure there what Oppen's idea was with the ball. I think he kind of gotten stuck in no man's land between pass and shoot. First looked at pass, then realized he was kind of stuck there, so tried to shoot and ended up just traveling before throwing the ball off the backboard.
Checking into the game for the Heat is number 25, Isaac Alul, and number 14, Mir Ohayon. It's number 4 of the Heat, Daniel Levy, trotting the ball up the floor, kicks it down to Ohayon.
Last personal there was on Eden Elamich with the push foul. That'll be his second.
Here's Edery, throwing it down to number 25, Isaac Alul. Heat getting the offensive rebound, going to draw the contact for the and one, and you've got to be impressed with the post work there by the Montreal Heat.
Absolutely, Miro Hine. He's been a force down low. He's really good with his footwork, pump fake, step throughs, everything down there. Got the rebound, pump fake, got his guy in the air, drew the contact in the finish. Great post work there.
Indeed, as now the Heat lead by 19 points as we've played a little less than 2 minutes here in the fourth. As it is now still 47-28. Hillel, or Montreal, I should say, with another offensive rebound, and just got to be disappointed if you're Posnack. But
absolutely, they're just letting their guys that are a little bit bigger and stronger than them just beat them down in the post and get the rebounds, and they're making a punish for it with second and third chance opportunities.
Good three-point look there. That was just off the mark. Posnack gonna push, driving.
Great
21.
pass there by Oppen, and good finish there by 21, Michael Wortman. And Posnack's got 30.
Great pass, exceptional work there. Ooh. Oh my.
That's another pump fake there by Ohayon, and you got to hope number 21, Michael Wortman's okay. Hard fall on top of him.
So we have an injury, but fortunately, number 11 of the Rams, Eden Elmalik, walking off on his own power, so certainly could have been much worse.
Absolutely, I think he just landed pretty hard on his elbow there. Got the wind knocked out of him, but should be all right.
boy, that certainly could have been a lot more dangerous. He could have fallen on his head or something worse, but regardless, we're back here playing basketball. It's Montreal throwing the ball in. There's a little driving with a great layup there. This man's talented.
Absolutely, he's really taken it over. He was a key player that we had on our list to watch this weekend, and he's really shown it this year in this game against Posnack. Oh my! That was almost one of the best layups we've seen all weekend, but just rolls out, toilet bowl out, and rebound here by the Heat.
Daniel Levy gives it to Eatery. Eatery to Lul. Lul back to Eatery. Pass is deflected, stolen by Posnack. Posnack's gonna push, gets to 20, just dangerous pass there. Almost traveled, no foul call at all. And number 3 of Montreal gonna race down the floor for the coast-to-coast layup. Exceptional work there by the Heat.
Absolutely, Simon O'Lule with the block, and then it ran it in Eatery's hands, and Eatery did the rest. That was coast to coast, from LA to Miami.
From Montreal to Memphis.
From Toronto to Orlando.
There we have a platoon swap here for Posnack, and I think it's safe to say that Coach Jake Jamal has waved the white flag, and he knows that his team's going to fall just short as there's dangerous pass there by number 4 of the Heat, Daniel Levy. And just got to give a huge shout out to the Hebrew Academy Montreal Heat head coach Maury Levy for doing a phenomenal job of coaching his guys into putting on the defensive clinic that they have today. Here's Posnack. Wow, a lot of contact and going to draw the foul. That's going to go against number 5 of Posnack, Aiden Benchmule. I'm sorry, that's going to go against number 5 of the Heat, I should say, Simon Alul. There's Daniel Levy of the Heat.
Checking in for the Heat, it's number 15. That's Noam Telodano.
So Levi Feinberg with the 2 shots there. He's a junior guard, 5 feet 10 inches, 150 pounds. His first piece of action here this evening. As the Heat working the offense, Simon Alul tried to get a pass down to his teammate, and fortunately the ball was deflected out of bounds by Posnack, so it'll stay with the Heat. Simon Alul for a contested 3 and gets it to go. What a leader for this program.
Absolutely. Great shooter, great teammate, and great work ethic. He's been all over the court, playing great defense, rebounding, good offense. Definitely MVP of tonight's match.
And that will be a foul called against number 2 of the Heat, Dov Robert. And number 10 of the Rams, Joseph Lebowitz, sophomore small forward, 5 feet 10 inches, 150 pounds, getting his first piece of action here this evening. So it is now 12 a.m. on Sunday, November 2nd. Late night action here in Memphis, Tennessee. So if you're tuning in here on MemphisInvitational.com or YouTube.com, we appreciate your viewership and your dedication to watching the 2025 Memphis Yeshiva Invitational. As that is an easy travel call there against number 10, Yona Oppenheim, and you can tell a lot of young and much more inexperienced players out here on the floor, and just good to see these guys getting some playing time. Here's Posnack. Ball's loose. Retrieved by the Heat. Here's number 15.
Great defense there.
Number 1, 4-3, not going to go. That was number 1, Noam Azulay with the missed 3-point J. And boy, a lot of action, a lot of physicality. Just massive humanity, but Posnack possesses.
Gotta love all that effort from both of these guys. This game might be over as there's a 22-point deficit, but you gotta love when there's just guys flying around on both teams, diving for loose balls. That's the effort that we love here at the Yeshiva Invitational.
And that's the exact effort that both of these coaches are certainly looking for. You know, regardless of the game, you always want to have guys that give effort. So we have a three-point shot there. That's gonna be number 14 of the Rams, Sammy Seedleys.
Seedleys with his first basket of the night, and whew, that was a beautiful three-pointer. This little step-back action.
Yes, it is indeed, as Posnack has cut this deficit down to 19. There's a nice floater there by number 10, Yona Abenheim. That was smooth.
Absolutely, silky smooth. Left-hand floater, you don't see those very often. Woo. Now he's playing great defense.
Posnack, there's number 2 going up for the layup. A lot of contact, didn't get a foul call.
Gotta love the give and go there, just wasn't able to convert the finish.
And Montreal certainly going to slow things down as we've now played we now have less than 2 minutes remaining in this contest. There's another left-handed floater, not gonna go that time.
Posnack will push.
Number 2, better be careful, his shoe's untied.
Speaking about his shoe, he dribbled that last one off his shoe. And number 1 misses the layup and then catches it while being out of bounds. That's Noah Azulai. Catches that at bounds, and he'll go back to the Posnack Jewish Day School Rams with a minute 19 left to go in this one.
Montreal going to come away with a victory here this evening, and like I said earlier, a lot of credit to Coach Maury Levy. And you know, they came into this tournament with high hopes, couldn't quite hit the mark of a Tier 1 title, but here they are having some success in Tier 2 play. There's a mid-range J. That's a high shot, and that's going to be off the mark with less than a minute to play here in this contest. Montreal, here's number 1, Azulay. Drives, a lot of contact, but not going to get a foul call. 35 seconds remains. Posnack. Three-point shot there. That'll be well off the mark.
Good hustle there by 15, trying to save it after Belfer, but just a little bit too little, too late.
And 25 seconds remaining, and it appears that the Montreal Heat are going to dribble the ball away. Posnack still trying to, at least their head coach wanting them to apply the pressure, and looks like they will. They're going to drive and shoot it anyway. Good no call by the officials. Now 3 seconds remaining. Don't tell me they want to shoot a... But that'll be it here as the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat defeat the Posnack Jewish Day School Rams by a score of 56-35. Wonderful, wonderful work by head coach Maury Levy and his players, and you've got to be very proud of this Heat organization, of applying all the defense that they did, causing all sorts of issues for Posnack. But that'll do it here for semifinals Saturday evening as the Heat advance, I believe, into the championship of Tier 2. But until then, here shortly, we have more basketball action for you coming very soon. But until then, I'm Jake Brewer alongside my broadcast partner, Dylan Mahark, saying so long, and we will see you soon.